All right, instant reaction time to this Bills-Chiefs game. I feel like it's always a classic every time these two teams face off on the gridiron. I've always said, I feel like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen is the new Brady and Peyton Manning. Just classic matchup. You know you're going to get high octane, memorable stuff every time. Today's edition of this rivalry felt kind of anticlimactic compared to some of the past games we've seen between these two teams when Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen face off. But nonetheless, it was a great game that came down to the wire. I mean, there was that Matt Prater missed field goal off of the uprights that, if you're a Bills fan, kind of scares the shit out of you because there's a legacy there when it comes to missed field goals in crucial times. And then Patrick Mahomes having the ball in his hands again with about 20 seconds left. Definitely scary stuff for Bills fans, but nonetheless, the Bills pull it off in front of Bills Mafia. The timing of this matchup is in the current division races is what I think is most interesting about this, because I'm pulling up the AFC East standings right here, and the Bills are in an interesting spot. They are a game and a half behind the Patriots, and the Patriots had the head-to-head so far. But the Bills move up the ladder. They sit 5-2 right now. But the Chiefs are in a really interesting situation, as they are now 2.5 games behind the Broncos. Broncos 7-2. Chiefs are 5-3. And this is interesting stuff because we may be looking at a scenario where the Chiefs indeed do not win the AFC West again. Now, I always feel like the Chiefs do the Chiefs thing. I don't ever give up on them until they give me a reason not to. And so I'm still picking them to win that division. Broncos and Chargers are much improved. And the timing of this loss is not great for the Chiefs at all. But nonetheless, I still feel like they can dig out of this hole and find a win. Oh, wait, my bad. I was looking at the wrong updated standings, not updated standings. I don't know why I didn't refresh it. The Chiefs are 5-4. Bills are 6-2. My apologies. I was looking at the unupdated standings. I don't know why Bleacher Report did that to me. But it's a really interesting situation that these teams are in. I'm going to go back to the whole standings talk here in a few minutes. I want to talk about this game in particular. I felt like the Bills controlled the tempo for most of this. It feels like sort of a dominant win, and I know the score doesn't reflect that, but the Bills controlled the tempo for the vast majority of this thing. Josh Allen, 23 for 26, incredibly efficient night. He got sacked 3 times, but 273 passing yards, 1 touchdown pass. James Cook just continues to impress me. He's such a great downhill runner. He's such a powerful runner. 27 carries for 114 yards. An absolute workhorse tonight. 4.2 yards per carry. Not great, not bad, but man, they put him to work, and he did his job, going over 100 rushing yards once again. Dalton Kincaid, 6 targets, 6 receptions. Was incredibly efficient. His hands were amazing tonight. 101 receiving yards. Dalton Kincaid is just another one of those tight ends that I keep talking about that double as a receiver. I mean, he's a great blocker, but he's just as good of a receiver. And Khalil Shakir, another one of Josh Allen's most reliable targets tonight. He had 43 receiving yards. And the Bills were huge tonight when it came to chunk plays. Like you saw on Dawson Knox, you saw on Dalton Kincaid tonight. Explosives were on the Bills' side this afternoon. And that's ultimately what helped them get over the hump tonight and ultimately win this thing. A lot of the concern, there are a lot of concerns going into this game for Buffalo. A lot of them was struggle at the quarterback position, struggling with receiving, receivers getting open. They didn't seem to have an issue against the Chiefs secondary with that tonight. Josh Allen seemed to be able to just do his thing. And then the Bills secondary, I mean, it's beat up, it's short-staffed, a lot of it's older, and they were really able to contain the Chiefs tonight. I mean, the Chiefs did not have the same receiving threat they had against the Commanders, I mean, their top receiver didn't crack 100 yards. It was Rashee Rice, and he had a long reception for 29 yards. And so that factors into a lot of that right there. So a lot of concerns about the Bills secondary, and wasn't really much of an issue at all tonight. You know, I thought it was one of the best games that unit had. And so caps off to the Buffalo Bills for that. Maxwell Hairston coming back too, had an interception tonight. That was fantastic to see. The Bills had the ball for almost 35 minutes, so they dominated when it came to that. They did have more penalties than the Chiefs, as you can expect most of the time playing the Chiefs. You're going to have more penalties than them. But they beat them in passing yards. They beat their ass in rushing yards, 141-79, 23 first downs to the Chiefs, 16. And the Chiefs were the only team with interceptions tonight, and that was when Mahomes was trying to heave it deep on a desperation call. I mean, the Bills dialed up pressure. Mahomes heaved it, just threw it up, and that's when Maxwell Harrison came in and picked that ball off. Let's talk Chiefs here for a second. Really oddly inefficient day for Patrick Mahomes. Say 15 for 34. I've seen points where this Chiefs offense has started to get going. Like I saw Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce start to get it going against the Commanders on Monday night in the second half. But I thought that Chiefs, or that Commanders defense, really kind of bowed down and let them do their thing. I didn't see that same rhythm at all tonight. I didn't really see anybody cook. They seem to have a lot harder, a lot more challenging of a time moving the ball against the Bills secondary, which is much more depleted than the Chiefs secondary, than the Bills had moving the ball against the Chiefs secondary, which is a lot better than the Bills secondary. The Chiefs had a tough time moving the ball, and I feel like in comparison to Chiefs offenses that we've seen in the past, dating back to 2019, 2020, even some post Tyreek Hill years, like 2022, 2023, that Chiefs offense moved the ball at will. It's been a struggle. It feels like an uphill battle right now. They don't have that same X factor that they used to have. Maybe they make a play at a receiver here leading up to the deadline. Contenders have been known to do that. The Chiefs couldn't get it going on the ground tonight at all either. I mean, I know there was no Pacheco today, and that was huge. Maybe that'll be different if these teams see each other in the playoffs again. But Kareem Hunt, 11 rushes for 49 yards, 4.5 yards per carry. It just wasn't a great night running the ball. It was a very hollow night, or evening, on offense for the Chiefs. And I'm not really used to seeing that. You always just kind of blindly trust the Chiefs to get together as the season goes on. And I really think that could be the situation this year. Oh, excuse me. Very, very aggressive cough there. But I haven't seen the Chiefs offense look as anemic as it has in some of these games as it has this year. I'm pulling up the standings right now, so we can have a little talk about that. I just want the updated standings. Okay, here we go. Yes. So the Chiefs are a full 2 games behind the Broncos right now. They sit at 5-4, and the Broncos are at 7-2. Not an awful spot to be in November. There's still a lot of football to be played, and week to week. I mean, you know how this stuff goes. We can have one image, one perception of a team. You play 2 or 3 games, and the tune of our conversation completely changes with a team like the Chiefs. I mean, we've seen the Chiefs struggle into November. We've seen the Chiefs sit at 3-4 going into November at times and win out, go 10-4, go to the AFC Championship, host the AFC Championship. So this could be a team that's just waiting to catch fire. The Chiefs have done that in the past, and the Bills sit at 6-2, and they're lucky to sit 6-2 because they've had some sloppy games. I mean, they had 2 straight losses, right? The Patriots, the Falcons, and they played some sloppy football this year. But they're nonetheless, they've won 3/4 of their games. They're only a half a game behind the Patriots. The Patriots, unfortunately, had that tiebreaker but they will see each other again here very soon in Foxborough for that rematch, and maybe the Bills get their revenge. At the end of the day, I think these are both playoff teams. I think these are both Super Bowl contenders. My mind is not changed on any of that at all because I know what these teams are capable of. Both of these teams are teams that can go into slumps and then very easily get out of it and be a totally transformed team. But seeing them play each other this afternoon was fascinating. I mean, the Bills win the regular season matchup like they seem to always do. And you know what happens in the playoffs. It's usually the Chiefs that emerge victorious. But you know how it is with our beautiful sport, right? Anything is possible. Like the old cliche that I kind of hate goes. That's why they play the game. But the Bills look to get healthier down the stretch here. The Chiefs are entrenched in a really intense AFC West battle. That's going to be fascinating down the line here. But I can't wait to see what this will look like if these two teams play each other again in the playoffs, as they seem to always do. And these games always produce classics. I'm sure that would be nothing less than that standard. But it was a good game today. Not great. Kind of anticlimactic in comparison to what we've seen in the past. It might be the last time we've seen these two teams meet at Highmark Stadium ever. And so you had to cherish that moment. But we have a matchup here between the Seahawks and the Commanders here coming very soon. We've got to go watch that. I just wanted to give a little brief breakdown, a little instant reaction to this game. Give my flowers to Dalton Kincaid. He had a great night tonight. Give my flowers to James Cook. Josh Allen looked really good. The Bills' offense had been in kind of a slump. They kind of turned up the dial against the Panthers, but they'd been in kind of a slump. But I never have any doubt that they will get back on course. And this is a game that really showed that. And I'm sure the Chiefs will get back on course as well, just because, like I said, they're the Chiefs. But let me know what y'all thought about this game and its impact on the AFC race overall in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Let's enjoy some more great football tonight. Have a great night.